Salah. Mane. Porto Firmino. And we sold Coutinho. But that don't matter at all actually, because we've got Salah. Mane, do. And Bobby Firmino. But we sold Coutinho.
So welcome to the LFCtribe. This is episode number 2 of our podcast on Liverpool Football Club. We're going to be discussing transfers, January transfer window, our last 6 fixtures from Arsenal onwards, and today's match against Manchester City. And we'll also be reviewing the matches or previewing the matches coming up in the next few weeks. So hope you enjoy. So we'll just recap then on our last 6 results since our last podcast. Last podcast was in the build up to the Arsenal game. So the Arsenal game finished 3 each. I think the last podcast we were hyping over this could either be a win or a sort of slippery banana skin as such, but finished 3 each. I was a wee bit gutted we were winning quite comfortably. And then
fell to bits.
Yeah, after half time I ended up turning the match off TV. I just couldn't watch it anymore. We actually ended up going down. We were losing 3-2.
Yeah, that was disappointing from looking so comfortable. I basically outplaying Arsenal, and then the fortune changed and we're on the back foot and they were winning everything, and we fell to bits. And if it wasn't, well, there was the Mignolet blunder. But
I know, it was a disaster, but I was glad we scored. It was reasonably late on, wasn't it? Scored to make it 3 each. But as I said, we're just going to quickly go over these results because with the Christmas period and all, a wee bit behind, so we're just going to quickly recap on them, and hopefully from now on we'll get it maybe weekly or at worst every 2 weeks. So after Arsenal, the 3 each, it was then home to Swansea, which was just
demolition.
Easy. 5-0 to Liverpool at home, Anfield. So I think lots of people said that it was an easy game and Liverpool had to win for the points obviously, but they didn't have to win 5-0. I think the key part of that is that it was there's 5-0, get the Arsenal result, which is a hard game, get it out of the way, get 5-0, get the confidence up for the Christmas period. So
yeah, that's all the Swansea game really was a confidence booster. I mean, there's no team in the Premier League that are walkovers. Swansea are just going through a hard time at the moment. They've recently just got a new manager, but they're fighting for relegation, and just lucky we hit form and tore them to bits.
Yeah. So after that, easy win at at Anfield, but against Swansea. Then we went another home match against Leicester. We won 2-1. Mo Salah with both the goals.
Yeah, that was what I would consider an ugly win, which we needed. I mean, you're not going to go out in all these games and win 3 or 4-0. There is going to be games you're going to struggle when the luck's not there, and with that, I think that's an improvement this year or this season from us, that we're actually getting those type of wins.
Yeah, it's it sounds really funny, but I'm actually glad that we got like a dirty win as such, because there's too long that it's either like a 3-0 win, a 4-0 win, and if you don't get that, you're getting beat by a 1-0 or a 2-1 or something slimy. So I was glad to see us sort of really dig deep. Like, what was it? It was the first minute or two, Jamie Vardy scored, and we're 1-0 down, sort of off the first whistle, which I just thought, not again. But
it's self mistakes of poor passes and loose passes that sometimes you don't get punished, but on that occasion we did get punished for it.
Yep. So that's 2 back-to-back wins. Then the away match. So in the last podcast we touched on this game as being, if we were going to lose a game, we were talking before the Arsenal, so at that stage we didn't know the Arsenal score, what it was going to be. And we were saying that we were actually more confident going into the Arsenal game than we were going into the Burnley away. But as it turns out, 2-1 away to Burnley win. What a result. Like, that's, in my mind, that's probably one of the best results of the Christmas period.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Burnley have shown this season of a unit they are, and just how they play for the team. And they've done it. I mean, they drew 2-2 with United.
That was on Boxing Day, I think. Like, they were 2-0 up against United, so a couple of days later we were playing them after sort of taking United right the sort of stoppage time, so they were in good form, and we've went and beat them 2-1 and at their home ground. So to me that was an excellent result. So moving on then again, Everton, FA Cup fixture at home.
It was written in the stars,
wasn't it? Well, we're going to come back to the transfers, so make sure you stay listening for the next segment on the transfers. But 2-1 win at home to Everton, Liverpool derby, and we came out on top thanks to our new superstar.
Yep, what a name he's come to be. In his first game, he's starting to live up to the 75 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, said we're just moving quickly through them. Then, as we recorded this today, we're just after watching the Man City game. So, 4-3 win against Man City, first defeat for Manchester City in this year's league.
Absolutely incredible. That's a result where it gains a lot of confidence, and it actually shown that we can become, or we are competitive with the big teams. I know we lost Coutinho, but there we were able to score 4 goals. I mean, was he really missed that much? I mean, in a way, to become more of compact, because instead of having 4 attackers, we're really only having 3.
I know, the Fab 4 down to Fab 3 now, but the only concern I had with that match was that Aguero header won. We were 4-1 up and it ended up coming 4-3, which is just typical Liverpool. But I'm hoping that there's a slight incline of me going, well, Van Dijk was sitting in the stands due to a suspected injury, which, by the way, I think is fake.
Why is that?
I thought that Klopp was, for example, we go out there and get beat 4-0 by City, and then everyone's like, oh, you're £75 million defender, conceded 4. I think it was, he doesn't know everyone yet, he doesn't know the way we play. He had his day, the fans have all seen him and they know what he's about, so let's just keep him for another day. I think that's what that was all about.
I mean, you would even think, even if, would you think, your opinion, he would even be on the bench, he wouldn't be dropped completely out of the picture.
But then why would he be, how could Klopp say, listen, we signed a £75 million player and we're going to put him on the bench today? The fans would have tore him apart.
Well, why would you pay 75 million for a player that wouldn't play him?
Then Klopp's interview and stuff, he says, oh, if it was the last day of the season I would risk him, and I don't know, like we needed that 3 points today. Like that shoves us right up in the top 4 here, like. So anyway, that's the results covered as such. But next fixture is Swansea away in the league, which, if you look back at the Christmas period, 5-0 at home, you're talking either at least the same again, but then Swansea, they've played you, so they'll work out maybe a way to take, cancel a goal or 2 out, and plus you're away. So at a guess I'd say 3-0 Liverpool, maybe a 4-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I've sort of edging on the way there could be a bit of an upset. Reason being, we're coming off on a high of beating City on a bit of a run here unbeaten, and there's always going to be an upset coming up, and I think
you just have to be Mr. Pessimistic, don't you?
We're due one. That's
I'm not sure the actual number, but it's a substantial amount of games we're unbeaten. The last game we were beaten was Spurs at Wembley in the league. It was the last time we were beat, which is, at a guess, September, October time. So
that's incredible. Wow. For our standard,
if you cancel the draws out, we're not far behind City at all. We have only 2 losses in the league, which I think United have 3. City have won now after today, so we're only one defeat behind the leaders, but they might have like 1 or 2 draws and we have 8. You know, that's where we're
that's what
slacking.
lets us down.
Yeah, big time. But
then you'd rather draw than get beat.
exactly, I think that's part of the attitude. So we'll move on then to transfers. What way do you want to start? Virgil van Dijk?
Yeah, if you want. Well, I think 75 million, yes, it's a lot of money, but
Instantly paid back in 1 goal.
well, that's what die-hard supporters would say, but I'd say there's a lot of chances he needs to prove that, which he will, without a doubt. I mean, even by looking on a piece of paper, you look at our centre-backs and he is by far a different class, even though he came from a bit of a lower club than Liverpool. But
He looked like a complete animal there against Everton. I thought, like, even his stature on the pitch was just scary.
He was a leader. You could see the organisation. There was a couple of times you seen him. He was looking curious to come out quicker, which you could see there wasn't.
Yeah,
There
he
wasn't
nearly
that
trusted him. He nearly trusted
Yeah.
him just to come, and then he didn't. And then there was that way. But instantly that £75 million, where I was thinking it was too much, instantly was reduced considerably when the tunnel cam coming out before the Everton match. See him lined up in the jacket and all, ready to walk out onto the pitch, walking out through the tunnel as such, and he puts his hand up and slaps "This is Anfield" sign on his debut. And I was sitting watching TV going, yes, he is the player we need. Someone with that passion. He's got the physique, he's got hopefully everything. Then he went and scored, and it was just tick, tick, tick.
It was a complete package.
He has got everything, but I was disappointed today when he didn't play against Man City. But Klopp's the patient type. He's gonna wait until everyone's right, and he's not scared to rotate. You've seen that with a Fab Four as such.
But then I think, as some say, last season our players were burnt out. This time last season, and now there's still a fresh pair of legs.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, definitely. So Van Dijk is a complete success
So far.
after 1 game. What about Coutinho? Coutinho's now transferred. Now the transfer's complete to Barcelona. So, what's your thoughts on that?
At first I was gutted, but at the end of the day, when I look back on it, he's given us 5 great years. Could we ask any more of him? It's 5 years. Like, what's a footballer's career?
Exactly. He's given a big portion of it.
I hope he does well at Barcelona. I don't like the manner he done it in, but at the end of the day, what can you do? Why would you want a player that doesn't want to play for you?
There was talk in the summer of him faking an injury to get out of Liverpool. So this time it looked like he was going to try and do the same thing. All of a sudden he was left out of the matchday squad due to an injury, and I thought, oh, flip me, he's trying to bend Liverpool's arm. And if he did get out of Liverpool that way, then the next time, because Liverpool might come up against Barcelona in the Champions League, or
I hope they do.
like
I hope they do.
there is a fair chance he could be back. And
Sure, he's cup tied.
I know that, but I'm talking in the years to come. But you seen, for the best example ever today, Raheem Sterling back at Anfield, every single crowd, or every single person in the crowd up every time he's tackled. He made a dive in the box. The fans are booing, hissing, everything. Andy Robertson hit him over the corner flag,
Yeah, that was.
and the fans all were up. Yes, yes, yes. Like, you would like to think if Coutinho left in the right way, that the fans, Liverpool fans, are like, they appreciate a good footballer. And look at Suarez. Anytime Suarez comes back at Christmas time, and he's been back a couple of times with his family and his kids, and
that time at Gerrard's Foundation match,
he's
he played even
matches,
Torres.
and he's always he gets a good reception. So you would like to think that Coutinho would get that too for his playing ability, but I would have hate to have seen him screw that up just to fake an injury to get out. But with Klopp's interview and stuff, he seems to have come out and said, listen, there was no other possibility of us keeping him. Plus, like, as we were recording this, the Barcelona match is on live, so Coutinho isn't playing because he's got a suspected 3 or 4 week injury, I think.
Aye.
So that was picked up during his medical. So that would go on to say that the injury was actually true and it was a thing. So I suppose you just have to believe it and get on with it. Barcelona were getting beat, but they're now 3-2 up with 10 minutes or so to go. But we'll stick to Liverpool.
By all means, I do not think Coutinho was worth 146
No.
million. Not a chance.
He's not worth that to someone like as a footballer, but then when you see what he give you, you know, like you have to remember too, the money in modern day football is
A joke.
it's shocking. Like so, like when
But
you
see,
put it
that-
when you put it in that context, you can say, right, well, who else are you gonna buy that's that good for any less? You're not. Like sure, even when we were talking, we're gonna move on here to replacements in a minute, but like who do you get a player that can do that, score that many goals and be that good in the Premier League for less than 100 million? There's not very many of them. Like
You see, the problem is Liverpool have got this 146 million, and now a player that's worth 30 million is now worth 60 million.
yeah, definitely.
And people are saying, you've got that money there, we want to make the most.
We actually said that in the first podcast there at Christmas time. We were talking, and our view on it was we don't want Coutinho to go, but if he goes, get who you need to get in first, and then let him go. Which would, in a way, that happened. Van Dijk came in 75 million, and less than a week later, Coutinho's gone. So
Yeah.
it might be that Virgil van Dijk was the only bit of transfer business we were looking to do over the summer or over the January transfer window, and just leave a so-called Coutinho replacement for summer. But time will tell. We're the 14th of January now, so we're
halfway through.
we're there or thereabouts halfway through. So just have to wait and see. But in terms of a Coutinho replacement, who's the names on the hot list, or do we even need to replace him?
I think, personally, I think you should maybe go for a squad player.
We've already enough of them.
Well, what I'm saying, you look at attacking. I mean, who's able to replace Salah, for rotation? Mane and Firmino. I mean, Solanke for Firmino. I mean, who have you got left wing, right wing? I mean, Lallana maybe, or the Ox maybe playing there.
Yeah, true. Well, wee bit of a hot list here that ones we were linked with. Obviously, Keita's coming in the summer, but there was talk of him for an extra 12 or 13 million that we were going to get him this month, which originally when I heard it, I didn't agree with. I didn't want that. One, he's not a Coutinho replacement for creating chances and scoring goals, but maybe if you would have lost Chan in the winter transfer window, I would have said it. But so you've got Keita, Goretzka, which I think is your favourite.
If Chan goes, or no, I would let Chan go if we get Goretzka. But it seems that Bayern Munich they seem to be in and around him, so it'll be hard to, let's say, snap him up.
Yeah. So Keita, Goretzka, Lamar was really heavily linked. Lamar and Mahrez. So at one point I thought both of them were coming. They've been really heavily linked over the early part of January. So
I don't rate Mahrez. I think he's not a Liverpool player. I think his suitable club would be Arsenal. But there's reports about Aubameyang apparently going to go to Arsenal here for 60 million euros. Which I would have took Aubameyang, but you would replace him for Firmino.
I would have taken Aubameyang too, but my thing with Aubameyang is that I actually wasn't aware of how old he actually is. He's coming up on 30, like, so.
29, 30.
What's the point in signing, in my mind, what's the point in signing a striker that, yes, he's probably in his prime, but
That's the
he's
same as
going to
Sanchez.
start to go down, Like he's
Sanchez is 29, and
I don't
yes,
think
he's going on a free, but his wage is
I don't think it's the
phenomenal.
Klopp signing, someone that you can't really make better. You're already got the best, and it's only going to go downhill. So that'd be my view. And Mahrez as well. I think Mahrez isn't. He doesn't have the work rate for Liverpool.
No,
or
he's
for Klopp,
lazy.
sort of. For his playing style, but other clubs transfer business there. You touched like our rivals. You touched on Sanchez. Apparently, it's now linked that originally it was City, but now it's
I-
looking more like United at the minute.
I think it's an absolute joke if Arsenal let Sanchez go to United. Just they're the biggest that's one of the Arsenal's biggest rivals. They done it with Van Persie, and look what happened. Van Persie basically won United that league.
The league. Well, my view on it is City are by far the best team in the league. Maybe we made a bit of a difference in that today, but in terms of a squad, in terms of what players they've got, they're the best team. My view is that if you add Sanchez, you're only adding another quality player. You're not going to change if City win the league or don't win the league by putting Sanchez in it. My view is Sanchez would change United though. If he signed for United, there's a chance that next year, United could go toe to toe with us or City. Whereas if United don't get a player like that, then I don't see them challenging. But that's a scary bit. I would prefer him to go to City and just be another world class player that they've got, and go to United and actually make a considerable change. And them, they haven't really pressed for a title in a good few years, so I always fear that one signing like that is enough for them to get, because they've a good building block to go on. They've De Gea and stuff, which is we've talked about before, is points added per season.
If they keep, first of all, you need to keep your big players, which we struggle to do. Obviously, I mean, United by luck they kept De Gea, with was that fax machine or something stupid, and then look at De Gea. I would say, in my opinion, is the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't think Lukaku has lived up to his price tag. Neither has Morata for Chelsea.
No.
I honestly think City have done the best summer transfer business, especially Ederson. I know his performance today was a bit iffy, but overall he stepped up when he's needed to. And that's who we need. We need a goalkeeper, and that's final.
Well, touching on your goalkeeper situation, what do you think about? We have a few names listed down here. You've Alisson, who's the Roma goalkeeper. You've Jack Butland and Oblak from Atletico Madrid.
I mean, the obvious one you would want there is obviously Oblak.
Yeah, he's the world class one out of them, isn't he?
Would you leave Atletico Madrid, sunny Spain, to come to a rainy England where it's cold? Would you say it would be a downgrade to Liverpool from Atletico?
Saying that, there's players too, for example, Mo Salah left Italy, sunny Italy, to come to England, and there's players that, it depends on the player type, but there's players that want that. Walking out at Anfield for some players is the pinnacle. You seen Coutinho, it was his dream to play for Barcelona. There's some players that know, none of us fans know what their real desire is. I hope one day I can go and play for this. I hope, maybe Atletico Madrid isn't his sunny Spain, as we were saying, but maybe walking out in front of a roaring crowd and fans that really get behind you. I'm not saying Atletico don't do that, but in my mind, Liverpool, the whole club, and there's such a history in the whole fan base, and there's a lot more at Liverpool, I'd say, and the chance of playing in the Premier League too. But
I would. Alisson, at the minute, he's keeping Ederson out of Brazil's number one spot. So, I mean, personally, I haven't seen him much how he plays, but from what I've seen on social media, he seems a good, solid keeper.
Well, my view on the goalkeeper situation is that we've taken risks before on goalkeepers. We've always had the striker. We've went out and grabbed Mo Salah. We've now added a world class defender, so we're not scared to go out and buy the best in the world at certain positions. We've went out and got the likes of Torres and Suarez, and we've had all these amazing players. Coutinho, Gerrard, I know we necessarily didn't buy him, but we've had all these world class players in all different positions. I think it's about time that you forget price tags, you forget all that. With 140 odd million in the bank, plus whatever the club has spare, just go out and don't take a chance or a risk with, he might be good, he is. If it costs 70 or 80 million to get your guy Oblak in, someone that wants to play, or you know what I mean, someone that is going to be world class, someone that we're not taking a risk on and hope is going to get better because he's young, someone that is good and someone that is going to make a difference. I think that's what Liverpool need to do.
I think it's FSG's philosophy is you buy a player who promises a lot, and they're
Buy cheap, sell high.
prime example Coutinho, 8 million, and you're 146.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It is, at the end of the day, it is business. It's all about making money at the end of the day. I totally agree with you. We'll have to go out and we'll have to spend. I mean, does he stick with Mignolet and Karius till the end of the season, and then look in the summer? Does he do another rebuild?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much goalkeeper action here in January, unless one of them goes, but they're not good enough that they're not drawing in rumours. Oh, Karius is going here, Mignolet's rumoured to go here. Don't think any club in the world wants them. They're just rejects, but so we'll look ahead anyway to the two matches coming up. Swansea away, we've discussed, and then with West Brom at home in the FA Cup, which obviously is moving on from the next round of when we knocked Everton out there the previous round with Virgil van Dijk's header. So
I think Swansea, I know I says an upset, but you would like to think there's another 3 points. I think this season we do need to win silverware.
yeah,
And I think we do have a good chance in the Champions League, if I'm being realistic. I think our counter-attacking is just phenomenal and would destroy any team, whether it be Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juventus.
I have to agree. Like while we've been recording this, Barcelona have been playing Real Sociedad there. The final whistles just went 4-2, but they've conceded 2 goals to Real Sociedad, and they were 2-0 down.
They're per goals.
Like, I would like to think that we would tear that Real Sociedad team apart. You know, that's they would struggle to finish mid-table in England. So I'm thinking there that Barcelona are conceding 2 to them. I would be very, very confident on Liverpool doing a job on Barcelona or teams like that. And there's certain ones, like the only ones I would fear would be the likes of Juve or Bayern Munich, someone that comes and they've really big players. You know, like you look at that Bayern Munich team and they're all giants. They bring a physical presence, which I think with our set pieces and stuff, yes, Van Dijk's going to help out. He's a monster, but that's one player, and some of them teams have a team full of monsters, which would be my fear. But fair enough, Barcelona can turn magic on at any stage, but I would like to think that we would at least give them a very, very good game. So you seen the magic of 2005, so
What's stopping us?
I know, let's fucking pray for another one. Right, well, I'm just going to drop in the fact that our Twitter at the minute has been going off. It's really starting to pick up a wee bit of traction from the first podcast, so would encourage you all to go over and drop a follow. We've put up a video that we're going to discuss in a minute, which is going viral over the internet, but we've currently got about 30 or 40 new followers this week from our first podcast, so make sure you go over and start tweeting us. We're also going to start a Q&A section in the podcast, so you tweet us any question and we'll answer it, and we'll also give you a shout out, so works for both, plus obviously you'll get your answer of your desired question from the boys here at the theLFCtribe. So that on our Instagram as well, go over and follow us on it. Jordan's looking after it. We're kicking off rightly, we're pulling the followers and stuff, and the likes, and again our YouTube channel as well. You might well be listening to this podcast on YouTube, but we've also started picking up a decent bit of traction in there. Obviously we're a start-up podcast, so slow at the start, but really appreciate all likes, follows, shares, whatever you can do for us. Tell your friends about us. So again, just any questions or queries, just don't be afraid to tweet us or comment on YouTube. This week also our podcast was verified on iTunes, so you can now go onto iTunes and download the podcast or listen. So yeah, I would encourage you all to pass this on to all your Liverpool friends, and we'll go from there. So yeah, thanks for all the media attention in the last couple of weeks. We're hoping to, this has been the first podcast in a few weeks, so we're hoping to make it a more regular occurrence, so we don't have to go over so many games at once, and that we can review them in a wee bit more detail. So
In depth.
this episode, don't be taking it as a precedent that it's going to happen every single week like this. This isn't the usual format. This is a sort of catch-up episode that with 6 games there to discuss scores, so we obviously weren't going to break it down. We want to keep it within a reasonable length. We don't want you sitting for half a day listening to a podcast, so stay tuned to our Twitter, and you'll turn the notifications on, and we'll tweet whenever the new podcast is out, and hopefully we'll make that a regular occurrence. Definitely going to try and record it on a Sunday, whether it comes out on a Sunday night or the Monday or whenever, but we'll try and get it weekly for you to make it easier to stay in touch. So is there anything else you want to say?
No, just hopefully we'll do it once a week, and hopefully the next one will be the build up to Swansea.
Yep. So again, the Swansea game here next week, Premier League, so I think every Liverpool fan will be expecting 3 points out of that, but again, they're the slip-ups. When you expect to go out and win, that's when you slip up. So we're going to be praying for 3 points there, and we'll review the West Brom game, because it's more likely going to be a midweek fixture for the FA Cup. It'll either be that or the following weekend, but then after that it will be coming into Champions League and stuff again, and hopefully
we'll the February, and then international breaks and all the injuries come in.
Yeah, so the next podcast will actually be quite interesting, because we'll have another week past, and we'll have a few more transfers hopefully to discuss, either confirmed ones or transfer rumours. So we'll go ahead and we'll finish up. This has been episode 2 of the LFC Tribe. So it's been me, James, and Jordan today. So remember to follow us and like us on all our social media, and thanks for listening.
Salah, Mane, what Porto Firmino, and we sold Coutinho, but that don't matter at all actually, because we've got Salah. Mane, do, and Bobby Firmino, but we sold Coutinho.